Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia. With me today, we have Nick.
Hello.
And Brandon.
Hi.
You guys want to talk Game of the Year?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. Talk Game of the Year.
Let's go into Game of the Year.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you guys want to go just around and just talk about like a game, like we usually do?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay. That works.
All right. Nick, why don't you start off? Because you went first in this.
Man, I don't know. There's really not a lot that I'm like looking forward to towards the end of the year. Like a lot of the things that like I'm anticipating coming out at this point are like more like remakes and re-releases than anything. I don't know. Can you come back to me? Because I don't.
All right, and Nick, like,
Hi.
what are you thinking about that you're interested in coming out this year? You said remakes and re-releases.
Like I'm interested in like the Sonic X Shadow. X Shadow like coming out.
Yeah,
that's not gonna be Game of the Year. That's not gonna be Game of the Year. That's not even gonna make Game of my house. To be completely honest with you.
You like Fallout.
I do.
You like System Shock. You like BioShock.
There's no new Fallout.
Let me introduce you to Stalker 2, which comes out in 2 months. That is my most looked forward to game for this year.
Do I play Stalker 1?
No, you don't need to play Stalker 1. I'm okay, so here's the thing. Stalker 1, which is a 3-part series, is so old now that they just re-released it, and it still looks so old now with the re-release of it.
Good.
And on top of that, it's what people like to call Slob Jank.
I don't know why I thought you said Slob. You meant Slob. S-L-O-V. Got you.
Yes. But yeah, it's a really good game with lots of really good ideas made by people in the early 2000s that didn't know how to implement those ideas.
Very good.
But there's games like, for instance, right now there's oh god, why can't I remember that game right now? It's an extraction shooter. A lot of people play it.
Huh? No, not Concord. Not Concord. Extraction shooter?
Yeah, extraction shooter.
No, not coming to me.
Escape from Tarkov. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's what Escape from Tarkov was based off of. Because the entire point of Stalker is you're inside the zone. There's like it's after the Chernobyl. I can't speak. Sorry. And all the anomalies and shit and weird stuff that happens because of the radiation and stuff. So things like Metro with like the freaks and monsters and stuff and the weird creepy things and all that good jazz. It's like that, but it's what came before Metro. It's what kind of made Metro exist in the first place. And it's very, very good at creating an atmosphere and a world. And Stalker 2 looks even better, in my opinion. I'm really excited for it.
Okay.
So there's that. But like it's like an immersive sim essentially. So think like Prey, like the 2016 Prey, the one you liked a lot, where they would turn into like objects and hide and do this, that, and the other, and there were so many different ways you could tackle missions and objectives in the game, and different ways you could get from point A to point B, something like that. Think that, and that's what Stalker 2 is going to be. And that's what I'm like super looking forward to, basically. Other games that are coming out this year, a lot of the ones I'm caring about are like indie titles, to be completely honest.
That's what I'm gonna need, because honestly, there's not a lot.
Have you seen Skate Story?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that game looks really good. That's coming out this year. No, that comes out this year. They've been advertising it a lot lately, so I think it's coming out soon. All I know is that we have to skate through hell to destroy the moon. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of games coming out this year that would be really good, like Dragon Quest III Remake. That's a remake. You didn't mention that one, so I don't know how you feel about that.
I am excited for that. I am for sure excited for that one. Mm-hmm. I do plan on playing those.
You're not big on Souls.
No.
Black Myth Wukong looks really good, even though it's a Souls game.
Not a game that I'm currently looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, like Like I'm even like I looked at a list of like things that are coming out
Yeah.
this year, and like I don't know. I mean, maybe I might get like the new Mario and Luigi game. That might be fine. But
yeah,
Astrobot
that's
looks
fun.
good.
it looks fine.
Astrobot?
Oh yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
is that coming out this year?
Yeah.
That's gonna be it. That's one on my radar. That's for sure one on my radar.
Mm-hmm. What
So
about Metaphor? Refantasia.
is that coming out this year? Was that
Yes.
confirmed?
Confirmed.
Maybe. That's in the maybe pile. I don't know if I'm gonna play that or not.
Okay.
I mean, I like Persona, so like I should play it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. But like I didn't even get the Luigi's Mansion 2 remake because
Yeah.
I'm not paying full price for it. I decided.
I refuse to pay for
Yeah.
that game at full price.
Yeah.
I did not like the original that much, and from what I read, they didn't fix any of the issues.
I mean,
so.
as you finally should remember, that's the first one I played.
So yeah, Astrobot
Fuck
actually
that
comes out
game.
September 6th.
Oh man. When?
September 6th.
Okay. My
I
list
know-
that I'm looking at is not there. Okay, there it is. Never mind. I found it.
I don't think that you're going to be interested in this one, but there's the Silent Hill 2 remake, which I think looks like hot dog
Yeah.
shit.
No, I'm not interested. Not interested in the Funko Pop game.
What about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which I think looks fucking hype?
Not
It's
interested.
basically Budokai Tenkaichi 4, and I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah. I honestly, I understand people's excitement for Sparking Zero.
Mhm.
I get it. It's not a game that I have, a lineage that I have any sort of nostalgia for. I never really played those games when I was
Okay,
younger.
that makes sense.
But, like, I get it. Like, I won't poo-poo. I won't yuck anybody's yum on there, because I get it. I won't be getting Echoes of Wisdom.
I was just gonna ask about that one because I was like, well, I know you don't love 3D Zeldas, but I think you like 2D Zeldas. So
I mean, they're okay. It's just I don't know. This one, I'm good. I'm fine. Honestly, the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to at this point doesn't come out till next year. That's Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
But
And even then, we don't know when next year.
yeah, I mean, I would assume if I was a betting man, and I keep having this discussion. I won't say argument. This discussion with my friends is I fully expect that game to be a Switch 2 launch game.
Yep. Do you think the footage we saw was Switch 2?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Fuck no. So here's the thing. Digital Foundry did like their little video analyzation, whatever the fuck. And they're like, it looks like it's on the Switch because it's. I'm like, I don't think it is because it doesn't. I don't know about you guys. I haven't seen a game look that good on Switch.
Wait, so then you are agreeing with me. I said, did you think that the video footage was Switch 2?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I was having this conversation with Mike, and I fully think that it was not the Switch. There was not enough artifacting for that to be the Nintendo Switch.
Here's the thing.
the thing is, though, Brandon, it's probably the Switch, but it's probably misleading. Like, it's,
I don't think
Nintendo will do that thing. I can't talk. Where they will use like Switch hardware, but then like run it at a higher resolution than the system can run.
But if you look at like any of the Switch videos we saw during that Nintendo Direct, it was like, oh, this is clearly on the Switch. And then you look at the Metroid Prime 4, it's like this does not look like it's running on the Switch.
Here's the thing.
I don't think it looks that good.
This comes from somebody who's played Pikmin 4 front to back. That game, honestly, runs very well and looks very good on the Switch. That's a very pretty game. What does it for me?
Art style though, like there are plenty of games that run really well and look really good, but their art style choices.
What does it for me is when that trailer first starts, right, and it zooms into Samus's helmet, and you look off into the distance,
and you can see shit.
That bit is where I'm like,
it's not a blurry mess.
I don't because even when they were showing off Tears of the Kingdom, right? Now Zelda. I won't even say arguably. Zelda is their biggest franchise. That's their biggest. You know, if anybody's going to buy a Switch 2, it's probably going to be for Zelda.
You know, there's actually a rumor about that the original footage they showed us of Tears of the Kingdom, which has like different cloud formations and different LODs in the game, that's actually also running on the Switch too.
Possibly, but
and
also
they used that as a way of marketing it initially, and then they were like, "Oh shit, we don't have the stuff to actually put this out
I
this year."
remember watching the videos for that and being like, "Wow, this looks like shit," because it was like the performance of it all was not very, very good.
Yep.
But I don't know. I feel like I can see both sides of the coin here, whereas like maybe it's Nintendo just like
Well,
making
no,
it
go
look
back and watch
nicer.
like original, the first showing of Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it looks very different from what the final product is.
Um, but yeah, no, I'm very that's like my highest thing, but I don't think that's gonna come out till like when the Switch 2 comes out in
Yeah.
November of next year. Um,
I think they're gonna do is I think they'll do like a first half release.
I think it'll be
think-
March. I
you
think it'll be March.
I don't think the Switch 2 is that soon.
I think they do before June.
I think okay. This is hot take. I think the Switch 2 has been made and completed for the last 2 years.
That's
And
bold. That's a bold.
yeah. Here's the thing: when they released the Switch OLED, I think they wanted to actually release the Switch 2, but the chip shortage due to everything going on at the time meant they could not do it. So what they decided to do instead was slap the OLED screens that they were going to put for the Switch 2 onto old Switch hardware and repackage them that way. That's exactly what I think happened.
I think that was too soon for that. I mean, the rumor at the time was it was supposed to be a Pro system that got.
Do you not think that the Switch 2 is just going to be a Pro system? I do.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's a whole new system.
So going from I don't know how we went from Game of the Year to this was great though. So from what the things that I've seen, right? Because you can typically when there's a new product launching, right, and you want to kind of see what guts are inside of it, it's not hard to dig too deep for that paper trail, and the hardware that is assumed to be being made for the Switch by NVIDIA is miles and miles away from what they have now.
You're correct. And I'm not saying that like the OLED was supposed to be the Switch 2. No. I'm saying that they had the OLED screens prepared for the Switch 2, but they didn't have the chips and enough stuff to be able to mass produce the Switch 2, even though they had already created it and it was already ready for production, but they could not produce it. So they just took the screens that they were going to use for the Switch 2, those being OLED screens, and slapped them on original Switch hardware and then sold that instead to make their money back because of the fact that they couldn't release the Switch 2 at the time.
There was not going to be the Switch 2.
Is my prediction.
No, I mean that was it. Brad, if it was anything, it would be the Pro. Like I mean that chip shortage was like 3 years ago.
Correct.
Like they would have had to like redo their whole like lineup.
I think, right, I'm just going to say this right now. I think you guys are massively overestimating what the Switch 2 is going to be. Is it going to be significantly better? Yes. Is it going to be like a generational leap like you would have with a new console? No. I do not think that is what's happening. I think the Switch 2 is literally just going to be essentially a pro model of the Switch that will be better, have better battery life, have better frame rate, this, that, and the other, but it won't be like going from a PS4 to a PS5 or from an Xbox, Series S, not Series S, an Xbox One S to a Series X. It's not that kind of jump. It's much more subdued, but due to the fact that the Switch hasn't had new hardware in it since 2017, it will still be a big jump, but it's not the generational leap that we're used to when it comes to making new systems. I think they're going to have some other thing that like replaces the whole generational leap, because the Switch 2 is not 4K. It's not 4K. It's like at best you might have 1440p, but the handheld is going to be at most 1080p, and I don't even think they're going to do that.
I mean, there's no reason for them to do 4K on the handheld. Like,
well, no. Of course not. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying period. I don't think the Switch 2 will do 4K docked at all. I don't think it will aim for that at all. I don't think that's Nintendo's bread and butter. I think Nintendo right now just needs to be focused on having their game library that they already have that exists running better than it did before, and being able to breathe new life back into their old games. And I think that is what they're going to do with the Switch 2. I think the Switch 2 will be marketed as like, okay, these look better, these run better, see them in a whole new light, that sort of thing. And for some people, that is all it will take. And in fact, I'm on board. If you can get me Tears of the Kingdom running stable and like 60, I don't care if it's 720p, if it's 1080p, I don't care. If you can get it running at 60 and it's stable, that's all it takes for me to be like, all right, I'll buy your new Switch thing. But I also can take and tell the difference between a generational leap and just an upgrade in hardware, and it won't be a generational leap.
I don't know. I haven't been following the specs very much. So.
But maybe we should actually go back to Game of the Year, because we are just not talking about that at all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But for all that, there's really, like I said, not unless like because Nintendo's done announcing anything new. I would assume at this point because they're hard shifting into Switch 2 mode. And then I think Sony's skipping any events for the rest of the year, so they're not announcing anything.
I think they might show up at Tokyo Game Show if what I read recently was correct.
Let me see, Sony, Tokyo,
or maybe it's GDC, Sony showing up.
Sony. So actually, one day ago, Sony to attend Tokyo Game Show for the first time in 4 years. So maybe they'll have stuff there. But no, for as far as like the rest of the year goes, there's really nothing crazy that has me excited to like play. So I'm gonna have to kind of dig deep here and like really do some searching for like maybe some more indie kind of titles and things that have kind of flown under the radar. But as far as like big ticket stuff, like I don't know, there's really not a lot that I'm looking forward to. Besides maybe like the new Mario and Luigi game, which I mean, I like the Mario and Luigi games a lot. They're pretty fun.
That was a good time.
The Dragon Quest HD stuff coming out. Still wanted to play that for a while. Sonic X Shadow Generations. That's. I mean, no matter what, it's a day one buy for me.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to play it too.
But I mean, like just looking at this list that I have in front of me right now, like just unless something like crazy just kind of like comes out of nowhere, like. And I'm sad at this point too because I thought there was one game that was going to be my game of the year, and I kind of completely missed the train of it, and now it's just kind of it came and went.
Are we talking about Final Fantasy?
No, we're talking about Helldivers. I really wanted to get in Helldivers too.
Yeah, you can't.
I did not play it at the peak of its hype, and it's from what I can see, it's just dead.
Sony killed it. As simple as that. Sony killed it.
So, and that's unfortunate because there's a lot of people who were like really gung ho about that game, and like the whole kind of like rigmarole around it was really funny.
It was in my top 10 until like a few months ago. It was literally in my top 10 for this year until a few months ago. But the mismanagement of Sony and how they handled all of that shit was just disgusting to the point where like I really don't want to put any Sony games in my top 10 this year, but I kind of have to because it just would be dishonest to do so. But Sony as a whole can get fucked.
So, yeah, I mean, unless I would expect... Oh, Little Kitty, Big City. I would expect...
That's actually really funny. I think you would like it.
Come January when we talk Game of the Year stuff.
Yeah.
This could be a little nugget for you guys now. Don't expect anything. This actually might be the hardest year for me, but also for you guys to guess what I've liked and what I've not liked because there's really not a lot of big ticket things coming this year. So I foresee most of my list just kind of being like whatever I've just stumbled upon.
Yeah,
like random indie things.
Yeah, like the one year where I randomly found that Warlord Space Organ Trading Simulator, and I was like, this shit's fucking great. Love it. So like Game Pass is going to be my best friend probably for the next 5 months. And then like maybe I didn't ever play the remakes for the not Tales.
Don't get into Tales series.
Not Tales.
Jesus Christ.
No, not Tales. Wrong RPG. There's Visions of Mana coming out, right? Visions.
Oh, the Mana game. Yeah.
I have the collection of the older Mana games. Haven't played them.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know if I'll play Visions. Maybe if I catch up long enough, but
I'm 100% cheating this year because I have a game of the year already, but it's not a game, and I'm really upset that I don't care.
It's a
I'm
game.
just gonna say it anyway. Yep.
Okay.
When you give me 40 hours and I paid $40 for your DLC, you did something right.
So I mean, I'm not sure what boat you guys are in. I mean,
I've got a few things
okay,
that I think are like really good. I'll rattle some off if you want to
sure.
just hear them, because I feel like I'm the only one that really is going to have any game of the year stuff because I've played a lot this year. So I'm first and foremost, Shadow of the Erd Tree by Elden Ring's DLC is the most fun and enjoyment I've had in quite a while playing anything. So I'm really happy about that. But that's a DLC, but I don't give a shit. It's awesome.
That has enough content. I think that it bulks up enough to be its own game.
It does. It literally does. But yeah. Mullet Mad Jack. I showed you that one. It's really fucking good. Sulaco is a really fun first-person shooter that got better over time. Fallen Aces. I complained about this game before. They actually went back and fixed everything within a week to the point where it's like it's really good now. So Fallen Aces, awesome. Hades 2. It's fucking Hades 2. It's not released yet, but there's so much content there that there's more content than the original Hades in the early access of Hades 2. And it's really fun. Balatro, one of my favorite games that I've played this year. Mike doesn't like it. Fuck him. Anyway, moving on.
Maybe I do now. Who knows?
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. This is the continuation to Like a Dragon that combines both of the characters from the Yakuza series together into one game. I spent 120 hours in this game, and I loved every single bit of it. It was really enjoyable. Lots of fun. Great turn-based RPG. And it really wrapped up a lot of things from past Yakuza games that made it just overall awesome. Tekken 8 is really, really fun. You were talking about this before. Tekken 8 is an excellent fighting game.
Yeah, we've
I played Rise of the Ronin. Rise of the Ronin is really good. I spent 66 hours in an open world Souls-like. It's closer to something like Neo than it is Dark Souls, and it's awesome. Stellar Blade. I played all the way through to Stellar Blade, got the true ending of the game, and it was really fucking fun. It's, again, closer to something like Bayonetta, those sort of games, but mixed with some Souls elements, but not enough to make you angry to the point where you don't want to play them. So, yeah.
Wait, real quick, speaking of Souls stuff, there was one game that I have actively been playing. I don't know if it came out this year. Hold on.
Is it Crab Souls?
Yes, it is Crab Souls.
Yeah, it came out this year.
Okay. Yeah, that game's pissing me the fuck off. I had to take a break.
That's a good game, though. It's fun.
It is good, but also I don't have the mental fortitude for these types of games. So
that's fair.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's good. One of my favorite things about that game, if I may, real quick. So the crab, right? He has a scarf, and you can buy like different scarves in the game. And one of those scarves, and I bought it right away. It's called Rainbow Crabitalism, and it's like the pride flag for his. For his
That's pretty cool.
I was like, I love that because they're joking about rainbow capitalism, and I always will take time to dunk on that. So.
Yeah, because you get evicted. That's the start of that game. You get evicted from your home, and you have to find a new home.
It's a crab. It's a Souls crab. It's crab-like. Yeah. It's a crab-like game. But also, it's crab-like, but also dunking on capitalism. So, like,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pacific Drive. Pacific Drive is an indie title that I think you would really like, Nick. You are a person who's gotten stuck inside this anomaly zone where all this weird shit happens, and you have to like break down items and rebuild your car, which is possessed.
Okay.
While outrunning the anomalies and all the spooky things and aliens and other shit that it's here and all this stuff, and you have to like break down car parts and like rebuild your car and like re-equip items like battering rams and shit on the front of it. But sorry, not battering rams. What's the word? Not caltrops. Cowcatcher. Is that what it is? Yeah. Cowcatcher. It's a really interesting semi-sim like game where like you have to like actually like maintain your car, but it's like done in a way that's actually fun. It's a roguelike and it's randomly generated, but not in a way that's like just annoying. It's more like elements of the game will be randomly generated, but there's a lot of really weird shit there for you to explore and learn about. And that game's pretty fucking cool. That came out in like February of this year, so that might be one you might want to look into, Nick. I think you might like it.
Yeah.
Shit. There was a lot that came out this year, but like, there's been a significantly less than we normally have for like good games this year, just in general. I do know we still have some big hitters coming out, but we have no release dates for them. So, for instance, we have things like the Indiana Jones game that's coming out at some point in time, made by Machine Games, and I do think Machine Games is good enough that it's worth looking at and checking out. We have Avowed made by is that
coming out this year?
Yeah, both of those are 2024 with no
Obsidian.
release date. Yeah, Obsidian.
I actually then I take back what I said. I have been looking forward to Avowed, but I didn't know whether or not to include that here because there's even though they said 2024, when you don't give me a solid release date, 6 months left in the year, I don't trust you.
Lollipop Chainsaw has a remake coming out in September, I believe it is. The original creators. The original creator said, "I will not censor anything. Fuck you. It's going to be exactly as the game originally was." And they're working on it basically with their own team in house. So it doesn't look like it's going to be shit, but we'll see. Another game that also has a remake, kind of in the same vein, Shadows of the Dam, hella remastered, comes out.
I will buy that day one.
Hell yeah.
I think it is actually called Hella Remastered. Yes, so. Hella Remastered. Hella Remastered.
I will buy that day one, if not just to give Suda 51 cash.
Yeah, so that comes out this year. We don't have a release date, but it was just rated by the ESRB like yesterday. So any day now, maybe.
Probably get a stealth release.
Yeah, I'm thinking it will. Other than that, we already talked about Astrobot, which I think that's probably one of my most look forward to games because I do think that Astro's Playroom is probably still one of the best PS5 games that's been released, and it was the fucking pack-in title. So that's kind of fucking really sad when you think.
Yeah.
Metal Slug Tactics is releasing this year. I played the demo and it was very good. Fuck, dude. Yeah, there's so few things coming out this year. It's kind of upsetting.
You're not getting Horizon Lego Adventure?
That's next year, isn't it?
Is it? I thought it was this year.
I might be mistaken, but I thought that was early next year.
Let me see. Let me do a Goog.
I cared so little about that game that I don't even remember.
Horizon. See, what would be funny is if a Zelda Lego game came out the same week.
That would be fucking funny.
2024 holiday.
Oh, okay. Maybe, because I will say this, and this is just going to sound so mean, but the trailer for Lego Horizon Adventures had more personality than both of the original Horizon Zero Dawn.
It really doesn't take much. That bar's so low.
No.
I'm well aware of it, but it had enough that it made me be like, okay, so you actually made something that's entertaining in this world instead of just the same drab bullshit that you've had in the last two games.
In my 30 years of life, seen a video game industry plant like I have Horizon.
Oh my god, you're 100% correct. I thought I was the only one that felt this way. There is no one in the world that I know that's like, Horizon Zero Dawn's my favorite game. I cannot believe how much I love Aloy. Meanwhile, fucking Aloy's in Genshin Impact. She's in Fortnite. She's got a TV show that was coming out. She has an animated TV show. She has a Lego game. No one gives a fuck about Horizon, but for some reason we keep getting it shoved down our throat.
Because I know, so the friends in my friend group have played it, some to completion, some not so much. And and I've never nobody nobody really cares, gives a fuck about that game,
No.
but somehow
Yeah.
and so Aloy persists, and I don't understand. I don't get it, and I think what I don't get the most is okay, a Lego Horizons game could be fun. That could be cool. Like, I mean, but not because it's Horizons, because it's Lego. I mean, I'm pretty sure any video game could get the Lego treatment, and
Yeah.
it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
But to put it on the Switch, right? Like, who's your audience? Because it's not like these kids who've been playing it on the Switch are
Yeah.
caught up in the Aloy rigmarole. Because not even the PlayStation people are caught up in the Aloy hootenanny.
You're
And then
100% correct.
anybody who be buying it, who has been following it, aren't getting it on the Switch. They're getting it on the PlayStation. So I don't understand exactly, or PC. I don't get who this game is for in particular, because there are no Horizon PlayStation fans, and
That's not true. They like to pretend that they're fans of the game so that they can be like, yeah, look how good my game looks. I always see them taking pictures and like sharing that one video from Forbidden West where it's like the Hollywood signs being destroyed and they're climbing up this giant dinosaur in the like lake and everything, and then like they're essentially doing a Shadow of the Colossus climb, but way more boring.
I really wish. I really
always
wish.
the same fucking video.
I know, and if you haven't played the game by this point,
yeah,
I am going to spoil. I wish they would have leaned harder into the post-apocalyptic element of that game.
100%.
Because otherwise, it was just kind of like whatever. It was like a wet fart of a game with animation that looked disgusting.
Yeah,
and I don't get why she is fucking everywhere. I think there's an Aloy Astrobot skin.
There is.
For that new Astrobot game.
There is.
There's, like I said, the Lego game that we're.
There's also a Bloodborne skin. I'm so angry.
That's a slap in the face. But and then obviously there's all the Horizon Lego stuff.
Yep.
Like the actual real Horizon Lego stuff.
And then the TV show and the live action one that got canceled, which my favorite comment about the live action Horizon TV show that got canceled was someone just wrote, I guess someone finally played one of the games and realized this was a terrible idea.
Real quick, speaking of live action adaptations, I saw a tweet earlier today. It made me giggle. It was for the early previews for the Borderlands movie, and people were calling it unfunny and terrible. It's unfunny and terrible. People are like, "Wow, finally an accurate game."
An accurate description of Borderlands.
It's an accurate video game movie adaptation. Finally,
Mudamar commented on it. He literally wrote, "So it's just like the game."
So yeah, I don't know who that game. If you're a Horizon fan and you're listening to this right now, make yourself known. Not because I'm trying to take you out, but like I don't know where they are. They're not anywhere.
So I had a friend that was really looking forward to playing Horizon Zero Dawn, but it was on PlayStation. So when he got it when it came to PC, he played it for like a week basically. He didn't finish the game, and then every time I talk to him, he's like, "Yeah, I don't see any reason to go back and play it."
No. I never finished it.
Yeah.
So there's
I probably put like 32 hours into it, and I do not care one bit to play anymore. I literally bought the second game because of FOMO, and then I never played it.
I need Gorilla to be released from the grips of Horizon and Aloy. I need
Killzone again, please. Right, that was Gorilla, right?
Killzone, yeah. Killzone is Gorilla Games. Just something. Do something else.
I mean, they're probably going to do exactly what Sony seems to do each gen. Is like they let them work on the same games for an entire gen, and then next gen comes, and they're like, "All right, you're done with that. Something new."
Oh, really? Is that why they've been working on Horizon since 2017 for 2 generations now?
I guess I mean it more like in a very delineated way. But my guess is probably
Brother
after this
man,
gen,
I
they'll
need you
probably
to
lower
listen
that.
to me. 2017, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hold up.
2022, Horizon Forbidden West. 2023, Horizon Call of the Mountain. 2024, Horizon Adventures Lego. 2025 and forward, Horizon the Online Project and Horizon Untitled Project.
Wait,
They're working on 3
This is
more
way more
Horizon
Horizon
games.
than I even knew existed.
Here's the
They're
thing,
working on 3 more games.
Brandon, you said Untitled. We already know what the Untitled Horizon game is. It's the remake of Zero Dawn.
No.
It's
You're
the remake.
so right. You're so right. I'm so mad now.
Well, knowing them, actually, it'll probably be another one. Will be like a remake of the Lego game in like a few years.
The definitive edition
It'll,
of
it'll,
Lego.
it'll still be the PS5, and it'll be a remake of Horizon Forbidden West
I
on the
am fully-
PS5.
I am fully convinced. It may not happen this generation. It
Yeah.
could happen next generation, where we'll see a game release at the beginning of the generation, and before the generation is done, a remake of that same game.
We already
yeah.
did. We already did.
Oh, we did. Last of Us 2.
Yeah, Last of Us.
Fucked. Fuck, dude.
Dude, literally, The Last of Us Part 2 was within what 3 years of being released. They gave a remake, and the remake and the original game
You know what's
was
funny?
literally no different.
You know what's funny about that? There's one little marketing thing they could have done to completely change the perception of that, and literally just called it like director's cut. Director's
Yeah.
cut.
That was
That's all.
fine.
That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do.
I mean, I guess they added a roguelike mode, and I guess
That's because that's what the director wanted in
Yeah.
the final cut, but he just didn't get it the first time. Obviously.
Yeah.
They added the roguelike mode because they couldn't figure out new factions.
Yeah, and then they canceled faction.
They're like, man, making games is fucking hard. Why can't we just keep remaking the ones we already made?
I got an idea. Let's do just
Factions
that.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of remakes, I probably should just say my two notable games from this year. And actually, I'm surprised you didn't talk about this one at all, Nick, because I figured it'd be something you at least had been on your radar. But the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake was excellent.
It
Uh-oh.
kind of is. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
So I again
Trouble in Paradise.
no, because the only Paper Mario, as you remember, the only Paper Mario that I've played is Sticker Star, and I fucking hated Sticker Star.
Yeah.
So I do want to play Thousand Year Door. Maybe I think the friend that I borrowed Pikmin from, I think he has a copy of Thousand Year Door.
Oh, perfect. Then you can borrow that.
So
for
I think I'm gonna
$3
be
instead.
like, yeah. I was like, hey, can I borrow this? And maybe I'll play that next because I'm not interested enough to necessarily buy it. I was trying to see because the other day Target had a bunch of Nintendo games on sale.
Uh-huh.
But that wasn't one of them. Obviously, it's too new.
Yeah, it's still so new.
But I did convince my one friend to buy Pikmin 4 because he was like, it was like on sale for $35, which is for Nintendo games a huge discount.
Yeah, that's great.
So I was like, you should go buy that. But I do want to play it, but at this point, I might have to just to flesh out the games that I've played this year.
I'm telling you, indie games are where it's at this year. And that's going to be the
For
long
sure.
and short of it. And
sure.
and long running
second game
series.
was-
Like I said, if you've been keeping up with the Yakuza series, you need to play Infinite Wealth because it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah,
I
my
will
second-
say it has the worst story out of most of them.
No, I'm gonna try to really. I've done good this year in comparison to other years. I will say I will pat myself on the back and say I'm doing the thing. But yeah, Brandon, you might honestly, Brandon, just message me the indie games you're playing, and then I'll just look at them.
I'm currently sending them to you in messages right now while we're talking.
I'm just saying, like, Chris, no, you just sent me a meme. Great job, James. You jumped down every hole.
That's a good meme, though. Come on, let's be honest.
No, so like, just like, hey, I play this. You might like that. Just throughout, the next 5 months, and then I'll play these things.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how that goes. But because I'm probably gonna buy Balatro. I'm actually I'm adding
Shock?
things to my
System
cart
Shock?
right now. Possibly, yeah.
Mullet Mad Jack.
I think I'm going to allow myself to buy like a game's worth of games, if that makes sense. Like $60.
Yeah, like $60.
Game.
Buy Mullet Mad Jack. Just do it.
Yeah.
You will not regret it. I think you will love it.
But yeah, so.
Yeah. Anyways, my second game is an indie game. It's Lorelei and the Laser Eye.
Oh yeah, I was actually looking at that right now. It's not on sale on the Steam sale.
It's excellent. I've not seen it go on sale yet. That on my wish list. It's like I described it as Brandon. It was like if Suda51 made a game like The Witness set in the Resident Evil mansion. That's basically what it would be like.
Huh.
And honestly, that's like I'm sold, but I want to get it when it's on a sale.
Fair enough. Oh, it looks creepy.
I loved it. I like it was like I was like absolutely captivated by this game. Like just I lost an entire like weekend to it. Just like dead, deceased. It's fantastic. I've not had a game like captivate me like that in so long. It was so good.
Very good.
So yeah, so that's definitely one of my recommendations there. I'm trying to think. I think we talked about all things at least that I would kind of mention this year for later stuff too. I was trying to think if there's anything else. I feel like there's like one more direct game that was maybe later this year that was from a third party. I was like, oh, that's cool, but I don't remember.
I don't know.
Let me just do a quick check. Let's see. Nintendo Games 2024.
Oh shit! Crime Boss Rockaway City's on sale.
Oh god.
Why? I'm looking at gameplay just from the Steam page, and like for a half a second, I was like, "Why is this Overwatch?" This kind of looks like Overwatch right now.
Are you sure you weren't looking at Concord?
No, it was Rockaway. It was that game. Oh, Metroidvania. Let's go. Click that profile.
Wait, which game you find?
I just there's a whole like section for Metroidvania.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, there's that Nintendo World Champions. I'm not super excited for it, but I'm sure it won't be bad.
There's the Ace Attorney Investigations collection.
Oh yeah, that's another one I'm very excited for too.
Yep.
That one I'm very excited for.
Yep. Nick, I will recommend to you. In fact, I'm just going to recommend it right now. Demon School.
Demon School. Okay.
It's on Steam. You can go look it up, and you can also play the demo for it. It's basically Persona 2.
Oh, well, I haven't played Persona 2. So.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, it has the style of Persona 2. You don't have to have played Persona 2 to play this because it's its own thing. It just has the Persona 2 style. Yeah, there's so many, like, indie titles coming out. Did you see the, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go on a tangent for a second. Nick, did you see the Overjump Rally game I sent you?
Yes, I did.
Did you listen to the song that's playing in the trailer?
No, I was going to do it after we were done.
I want to hear your live reaction. Go do that right now.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to hearing yes at the end of JoJo, how surprised am I going to be?
Very.
Are you fucking kidding me?
My man got plus 40 for his indie game. It's new music too.
I'm adding this to my wish list. I'm adding this Crush 40 soundtrack to my wish list.
Yes. I heard that and I was like, what Crush 40 song is it? And the guy like actually replied to me on Twitter and he was like, so this is actually I don't have all of Crush 40, but we have the original singer from Crush 40, and this is a brand new song, and this is the demo tape of it right now. We've got a whole soundtrack planned with him for this game, and I was just like, when can I buy this?
This is great. This is very good. Not what I was expecting at all. I thought I was going to hear like some licensed music, but you just hit me some brand new Crush 40.
Nah, bro. Since you're here, Nick, and I'm sure you haven't got to hear me complain about this, can I tell you what one of the most disappointing games I played this year is? Can you guess? Can you guess?
Okay, hold on. Well, it came out this year?
Yep. It's a big release, too.
All right, hold on. Give me a second. Let me try. Not Like a Dragon, because I know you're just...
No, I love that game. I just gushed about that.
Yeah. Suicide Squad.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't even touch that shit. No. This was a game I actually wanted to play. And it was dog shit. I'll give you a hint.
It's not Rebirth,
I started it at 1 a.m. when it launched. I finished it within 5.5 hours.
I don't.
Oh, it's not. Oh, I know what it is.
You know what it is, but I wanted to see if Nick could figure it out.
He won't guess it. This is going to be a hard guess. I had to think hard about it.
I played Hellblade 2, and it was absolute dog shit.
Oh yeah, okay. You know what's funny? That game was such ass. I just pushed it out of my brain palace.
Wait, did you play it?
I didn't. I didn't
the
bother.
second one?
I
Oh,
didn't
okay. Yeah, the second one is like actually garbage.
I say, yeah, that's the other thing. I had completely forgotten it existed until Brandon mentioned it there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess they're gonna close that studio now too.
Oh, it's gone. They're not living. They're not making it. They're not getting that past these allegations.
No, they're not beating the allegations.
Yeah, they're not beating the allegations.
Anyways, do you guys have any more Game of the Year stuff to talk about?
No, because there aren't any really good games that released this year. I liked the games I played, but like overall, like we had Alan Wake 2 last year. We had fucking Tears of the Kingdom, a while back. We had Elden Ring. We had this, that, and the other. We have like nothing for this year. It's like everyone collectively decided, I don't want to make games.
Yeah, I mean, I feel kind of like Nick. Like, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, maybe a little less, like, not excited than Nick. I'm like, there's definitely stuff that I'm like mildly excited for this year. Nothing I'm like super excited for this year. I'm sure there's things that I will enjoy, and I do still feel like we'll probably have a few more surprises between now and the end of the year. But right now, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
Nothing really is like.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for a lot of stuff next year.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And like actually I got 2 Switch games that I'm like top tier excited for next year. One we already talked about, Metroid Prime 4, obviously. And the other one, Pokemon Legends ZA. Stupid excited for.
Yep.
Those are both going to be amazing. But yeah, that's all I'm excited for right now. That's coming
Like
out.
I said, we had Rebirth, we had Helldivers 2, which fell off massively. We have Tekken 8, which is awesome. Power World came out and then went away, but it was good for the time that it existed. I really liked Stellar Blade. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is one of my favorite games. Boltro. I had a lot of games this year that I liked and that I would put in my top list, but nothing's like, the best of the best. It's just like, these are really good. Or like, these are some good indie titles. Like I said, I mentioned Mullet Mad Jack, which I do think is still my favorite game that I've played this year. I mentioned Haze 2, but like there's nothing from the big boys from, Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation that's really like, yeah, this is the best of the best. Like, I really like Stellar Blade, but there's no way I'd convince anyone to be like, oh yeah, fuck it, Stellar Blade, yeah, game of the year. No way I would convince that. Like, it's 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, somewhere in there. So even me, with as much as I enjoyed it, I finished it entirely, like 100% in 3 days. True ending, all that jazz, and I really liked the game. And I'm still like, yeah, but it doesn't feel like game of the year material. And I think that's the real issue. Nothing that's released this year is like, oh, that's a 100% game of the year. We're not seeing our Baldur's Gates. We're not seeing our Alan Wake 2s. Those just don't exist this year.
Yeah, this is definitely like a transition year, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo's just like, here's the stuff we had on leftover. Yep. And because obviously all their big stuff's going to be out for the Switch too, like queued up. And then Sony and Microsoft just can't make games. So,
sure. And then, like I said, the best thing that I've played this year is a DLC for a game that released 2 years ago. So, like, if it was up to me, I'd be like, Shadow of the Erdtree is the best game of 2024. But it's a DLC. I probably will still be like, this is the best game of 2024 if things don't get better before the end of the year.
I mean,
even if it does, it'll probably have to still be in the top 5.
I mean, I put like DLCs on my top 10 list before. I've never nominated for the podcast top 10, but I've put them on my own before.
Yeah, but reasonable. It's like 40 hours long. It's essentially a whole new game. Like, that's the thing. That's why I'm like, I feel like I should be allowed to. And a lot of other people have actually had that same thought. So they've been like, can we nominate Shadow of the Erdtree for Game of the Year? And they've like actually asked like Jeff Keighley this. It's like, can we make a DLC be available for Game of the Year, because it is such a long thing that it's essentially just a whole nother game. So
yeah, it's an interesting
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Something we can discuss on ourselves later as the year goes on.
Mhm.
Are you guys ready to wrap up?
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Game-crunch.com is all our old episodes. And if you want to reach out to us, you can email us at gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon,
Hi.
any final thoughts?
No.
Nick?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. That's it. My name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me online at Clash of Penguin there or on your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
Come on.
In the night, the screens are glowing, voices whisper, stories flowing. Game of the year, who shall win? Let the guessing games begin. Tensions rise as votes are counting, anticipation all surmounted. Players' dreams on the line, let the reason steep incline. Oh, can you see it? The crown's within your reach. Oh, will you be it? The one they'll talk and preach. Game of the year. The prize is almost here. Game of the year. This moment crystal clear. Behind the scenes, the arguments, streams of data, evidence, critics' marks, score by score, who will stand and roar. Every click, every tap, the weight of every map, hopes and fears entwined as they watch the time. Whispers fill the air around, who will wear the golden crown? Excitement at its peak, with each game critique. Oh, can you see it? The crown's within your reach. Oh, will you be it? The one they'll talk and preach. Game of the year. The prize is almost here. Game of the year. This moment crystal clear. Behind the scenes, the arguments, streams of data, evidence, critics' marks, score by score, who will stand and roar. Roar. In the night, the screens are glowing, voices whisper, stories flowing. Game of the year, who shall win? Let the guessing games begin. Game of the year. This moment crystal clear. Behind the scenes, the arguments, streams of data, evidence, critics' marks, score by score, who will stand and roar.
Very good.
And I got a $37 graphics card that's worth $200.
Love that for you.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking wild.
All right. Well, thank you for your assistance. I do have to get going because I hear my puppy crying.
You guys are done talking about PC stuff now.
What's up? What's up now?
He said, "You guys are done talking about PC stuff now."
Yeah, we're
No,
done talking about
I hear
PC
my
stuff
doggy
now.
crying. She probably gotta go poo poo.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
heading out.
go handle her. But it was good talking to you guys. And,
Good talking with you too.
Yeah, I'll see you
I'll
soon.
send you as many random indie titles as I find.
Please do. Please
All
do.
See
right.
you guys.
See ya.
See ya.